2, 3. Waiting for... Yeah, I'm live. Okay, good evening, everyone. It is Halloween. Well, it's actually All Saints' Day. It was...
Oh, no, well, come on. Yeah.
It was. Yes, yesterday was
Okay, so yesterday it was Halloween. Big festival. Big pagan Celtic festival, originally Samhain. Transformed to Halloween. I like it as Halloween because I get half-price chocolate on November the 1st, which is also All Saints' Day. And the entire sort of, I suppose, 2 days has a history, an interesting history that dates back, well, all the way to like the 1600s. So it's got quite a following.
Yep. I didn't really ever celebrate it too much. Also, the trick-and-treating not that strong in at least this region of my country. But I do like the whole eerie, spooky feeling about it. It's like that one time of the year you can be really evil. Or celebrate evil.
Well, you can legally be evil. And first of all, welcome to Beliosaurus, welcome Janice Erlings, and Frederick. Always lovely to see you here.
So, let's talk about... there's an event going on. I just want to make that announcement first. And I made a post earlier, and it has already 131 likes and 355 comments. Now, it's really important that I get to the 200 likes as well, because that'll make me the top post, and then... Well, they probably can select more winners from my post as well. And so make sure you scroll a little bit down under my name to see this as well. Because the top post of me will not count because it doesn't have the trick or treat tag. And I was only allowed to make one post, so I can't cheat that system that way. So it's supposed to be below that. So that is all the public announcements for today. Now let's talk about all the horror in this.
Well, because you're more of a fan of the spooky side of Halloween, you'll probably be more of a fan of the original Celtic festival of Samhain. Do you know about it?
Not too much, I must say, honestly.
Well, Halloween celebrated each year. The original Celtic festival of Samhain is a traditional festival when people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. The original festival started about 2,000 years ago, give or take, mostly in the area of Ireland, UK, northern France. They celebrated their new year on November the 1st. So this was their sort of day of the new year now, November 1st, because the day, October the 31st, marked the end of the summer, the end of harvest, and beginning of the dark, cold winter. A time of year that was often associated with human death because, well, more people used to die in winter because of the cold and all that other things.
This is a good time to say one thing. Winter is coming.
Oh yeah, winter is coming. Yeah. The cold wind blows. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Anyway, yeah. So the day marked the end of the summer, and the Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, they believed the ghosts of the dead could return to Earth, causing trouble, damaging crops, and so on. So a festival sprang up to ward away the evil. People used to wear masks or cover themselves so the spirits wouldn't recognize them, or the evil demons wouldn't recognize them, and create bonfires to basically scare away the demons as well.
Okay, let's just say hi to everyone. I see Belisarius, James, Silonis, Angelic, Silonis has been a while, Juliana and Tavo. Hello everyone, how are you doing?
Hello, and welcome. Hope you've all got the questions ready, because we're going to be here for about an hour and a half. Should we go over what we're changing with the live streams now, Reaper? I'll give it a couple more minutes.
Yes, we are not going to monetize... Hello, Matthew, by the way. We are stop monetizing all live streams we're going to do, so there's going to be no monetization, so it's just going to be either members or super chats. That's the only thing, because we notice that people often will hook off the moment they open the stream and they get slapped with an ad, so we're going to remove every form of live streams ad monetization.
Oh, that's also another thing. When you guys join, and we've already been started for 5 minutes, we don't want you stuck with a 30-second unskippable ad before you can join, because that can be annoying, especially sometimes you have to refresh, and then you have to catch back up to where the stream should be. So we're making sure there's going to be no more annoying ads that pop up during live streams itself.
Oh, they changed the Game of Thrones winter official image, so I was searching like mad between my servers to find it. I want to talk about something first, and that's going to be the Recruitment Pass. And I was going to quickly check where the post was they made. Oh yeah, so they made an official post. The Old God, Viserion says, the Old Gods have tasked me with asking for your feedback on the new Recruitment Pass. This poll will run until Tuesday, and if we get enough feedback, we might have a thank you code in store prepared for you. Compared to the Westeros path, do you think the Recruitment Pass is more or less attractive to you? React with a smiley face to show the like, or react with a sad face to show your dislike. So it has 195 likes, and it has 1924 dislikes. Which pretty much declares the whole...
the people have spoken.
Yeah. 1 to 10. 10 people, every 11 people, 10 people dislike it. And
I'm guessing that some of those who liked it have done both, just for shits and giggles.
That's true. And I made a guide on this earlier that was just a simple guide. It's just a non-biased guide, okay? Because everything I make a guide for is, as soon as it's called guides, I'm not going to make an opinion about it. I'm just going to exactly tell you what it does and what you can do with it. But in the Q&As, we can be a little bit more biased. And at first glance, it looks like, oh, this is amazing. You can get at least 100 levels. You get about 4 levels per day. So that's going to be 120 levels if you do your active rewards very well.
Yeah, that's the problem with it. At first glance, it looks like almost an improvement. It should be pointed out there are 2 different versions, actually, of the Recruitment Pass. There are those of you who have been on the game for a while that have the completely new version. But in the version for the younger worlds, they still have nearly the same rewards, including castle skins, as the original Westeros Pass did. So they'll probably run through them until they've gone a commander pass, a recruitment pass for each castle skin, and then you'll have what you can see on Reaper's screen right now.
Yeah.
But it's only when you started to tally up the rewards that you start to get a little bit problematic.
It's a lot less. It's a lot less rewards. After I glanced, of course, the most important thing you're missing is not the castle skin, in my opinion, because they were garbage for the last 4 seasons, but the troop appearances, which were definitely not garbage, because I want these to be maxed. Because if you max them out over 4 seasons or more, depending if you buy the Royal Pass or not, you really have a massive boost, and that's going to add up if you just have all these. So for me personally, I always love the appearances the most.
Yeah, not only that, just the fact that you're missing an awful lot of commander medals. They don't appear as often and not in high enough quantities. So you can, as a free-to-play player, you are down an extra 25 commander medals, if I remember correctly.
That's true.
Now, while they do give you 300 extra tokens, that's an extra 5 medals if you buy them in the shop. So you're down 20 to 50 commander medals each time. So it's going to take you about twice as long now to get the commanders from the passes up to gold.
I see 350 in the free pass, 700. 700 only.
Yeah, I mean, in the original one, you only get about 300 per pass. It wasn't that much, or 400.
Ooh,
so you do gain a couple more coins. But at 70 coins for a troop medal, or at 70 coins for a commander medal...
Yeah, that's not enough.
It's not enough. It's nowhere near enough. You gain 4, possibly 5 medals of your choice due to the cards, but you missed out on all the commander medals, half the commander medals plus all the troop medals. So you're down at least 40 medals, if not more.
Yes, and the Hero Pass now is not much better. The rewards are extremely low. It just... I felt like they were better. I see 1,000 extra, so you have 1,750, and it goes actually to the 100. And when you first glance at it, you see, of course, the Legendary as well, but you shouldn't forget that's 400 Black Diamonds.
Yeah, I think the whole point is the original 2, before you could get the pass, the monthly pass, not with the monthly pass, the season pass, which was the same price, 100 diamonds, and it got you the second row. Both the first and second row have been nerfed. Now, the addition of the third row is very good for some. It makes it cheaper to get some of the more expensive
Yeah,
commanders.
I like it. I like it because I'm paying a lot for any. Not that I want any, but I like the third row. The addition of the third row is not a problem to me at all. It's just the other 2 rows just became null.
The addition of the third row makes it more attractive for those that didn't really need the first and second, and could possibly even make reruns better. So, if you've already unlocked the castle skins, say you've already unlocked the commanders, then you can focus on the third row and get the bonuses from there and just use the free pass. But they've nerfed the second and the first row, making it a lot harder to actually make it worthwhile.
Definitely. Now, if I talk about Uma, that is one amazing commander, though. So regardless,
I think that's why I'm so salty about it, because it's going to take twice as long now for free-to-play players to get Uma.
she is tanky as hell. She has life steal. She has health recovery. She has a massive AoE, 60% chance to deal, well, more than 4,000 on higher quality. Of course, I have a blue to all enemies when taking skill damage. So if you put it against someone who has bleed damage or whatsoever, it's just gonna go mental.
A bit of luck, and that could be a half party wipe quite easily.
I'm gonna try that for a minute. I wanna face her against someone who does an effective bleed. Do you think I can get a Weirwood battle for that?
Well, you need to find Barrett, don't you? You need to go against Barrett.
I think the training.
And she does sound like whale bait. That's true. Who do you need? Miranda does poison. Barrett does bleed, and Raymond does fire. So you got to find one of those.
Sabrina.
Does Sabrina do poison or something?
No, she's just gonna.
Well, she does have, yeah. Well, there's also the multiple skills, like against, say, Arslan, who does 3 times skill damage, which is still technically skill damage because it's part of the skill. Okay, hang on. Give me 1 second, Reaper, because Cornelia has just said she's okay watching you and drinking some tea. So more important things have just come up. What kind of tea?
Sure it is.
Oh, shush, you were drinking coffee. We started like you were drinking a lot of coffee. Let me have this tea. What kind of tea, Cornelia? Also, I think it's getting a bit cold everywhere. As I said, it's All Saints' Day. It's the start of the Celtic New Year and the start of winter.
Oh.
The season of snow.
Okay.
Unless you live in Australia.
I have a Senera here who does a triple attack, and I have a Daenerys who does a burn attack. I think, based on the damage they're gonna do,
well, the question is she going to survive long enough to get the? That's the problem with Uma. She doesn't start off with the best defense in the world as a free commander. However, it's the ramp up that can make her so scary, because she gets extra defense for every ally defeated. So ideally, you want her to be maybe if you put her in the back row, you should be able to see it.
No, then how is she gonna take skill damage if she's in the back row?
Well, that's the thing. The front row dies, and then when she takes skill damage because she moves up to the front, then you can see it. But once the front row dies, she will gain the extra 4,000 defense odd, which will make her a bit tankier. Because as it is, she is a bit weak.
That she is. Sinara's gonna murder Simon so hard.
I think the problem is you're a bit too high up in the training grounds to be messing about with
I'm
blue
fine.
free commanders.
I'm fine. I'm used to this. Well, I was recording a few battles earlier for the Commander Pass, and there was some seriously interesting fights going on. Yeah, she's already dead. Kevin is doing fine, but the rest is already dead.
Chamomile tea, how lovely. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but my aunt used to swear by it. And yes, Vina Bogatu. Hello, welcome. You're new here, so welcome to the channel, Forgotten Games. Fringlish is the British one, and Iru is the Dutch one.
I'm the Dutch one.
I think you're also the taller one, aren't you?
I'm the most evil one as well.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, wait. This is something you can survive. Okay, now I'm gonna face off as much power as I can against the others. Ooh, Shannara is so powerful early on.
Yeah, she comes out with a very high base attack. She doesn't scale to the end game like Arya, because Arya can end up with double her attack, but right away she is the more dangerous one and can deal a lot of damage. So this is also a Q&A while we're going over all this, while we're just chatting about the new things in the game. If you have any questions, please make sure to put it in chat, because that's what we're here for. Even questions that aren't really about the game.
If Uma dies here...
As long as we have things to answer.
Taking no damage so far. Okay, nice. Simon heal. Okay, that's good. This is a win. As soon as Simon gets the heals, it's just going to be... Ooh, look, the defense stacking from Simon there on their team is insane. Kevin died. Okay, I did see a lot of damage incoming, but... Not sure.
You see? Okay, it's going to take skill damage in a second.
Yeah, I couldn't really see it. She did own that fight, though. She survived.
Yeah, but now look at her damage now. She's taking nearly no damage because you've had 2 people die. So her defense is higher than anybody else. She took no damage there, despite being attacked by 3 people.
Yeah. Yeah, she was matched against Sansa and Simon. That's...
Well, quick pop over back to the chat, Cornelia. Hope you get a bit better soon. The flu can be nasty because you just feel under the weather, your nose gets blocked and whatnot, but should clear up in a couple of days. Frankentosh is asking, did we attend any good Halloween parties?
Absolutely nothing. Well...
well, Halloween's not that popular, is it, in the Netherlands?
No, but I was too busy. I've been editing all the time, and I've been, being busy. Just busy.
Yeah.
I had no time.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yesterday I did go to a Samhain festival, or a bonfire burning, in the local park. But not exactly a Halloween one. I went to the traditional festival instead. I had a lovely time. We had Tina Thermos, and it was lovely.
Hey, I must say, she did 5% damage in that fight. Considering she has no base attack, almost no base attack, she only has some damage on her active. And then most of the damage must probably have come from the Insect Queen Intimidation. Regardless. Not sure. She had a decent attack for a tank who doesn't supposed to do much damage. Of course, Julian did 5 times more damage. Obin did 6 times more damage. But,
those are normal. Those are that's what you want. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. The Legendary Pass. You can change freely to whoever you want. So once you complete the commander. I was kind of like, okay, I almost have Andrea and... how is it called? Lena? I have Andrea at 50. Oh no, I don't have her almost. It's going to take a few.
Well, that's something else that popped up recently, was the Andrea Awakening wheel.
Yeah, and Lionel also has her Awakening. They're the cheaper commanders, not cheap. It's 50 by day Black Diamonds for 15 medals, so 50 for 15. So they're the cheapest of the paid commanders. And they do have a good awakening, I think. But Lina herself is not that interesting. When the cavalry proportion of your troop is greater than that of the enemy's infantry, cavalry defense is 30%. When the cavalry proportion of the troop is smaller, cavalry attack is 30%. So if you have less cavalry against infantry, you're going to have... So if there's 200k infantry in front of you and you have only 100k cavalry, they're going to have an increased attack by 30%.
Well, it's still a nice bonus, but what I'm thinking about more is the wheel that's currently going for Andrea. Do you think that will be a regular thing for different commanders? Do you think it will just go through those commanders?
Yeah, definitely. It's
because so far we haven't really had many ways to get those awakening medals.
I think it's going to be about the side. Let's see what the timer on is it now. What is this? Oh, just buffs. It was slowly for a short time. It was something. Oh, here, sorry. This one ends in... Okay, so it's like a week or something. A little bit less. Yeah, definitely going to switch to another one. Probably Lionel next. Didn't I buy some of these? Oh, I just didn't unlock. Yeah, I bought some of these. It was really bad. I think I have some tokens now, but...
Yeah, if it's a repeating thing, I think the best thing to do here would probably be just to use the free things each time, and then collect the bonuses when they pop up.
Yeah.
because the other rewards probably aren't worth it. Like you're looking at the one Werewood Heart, that's 2,000 blue diamonds. That's cheap as chips. The 10 and 20 books things you get for an extra 1,000 in a VIP shop. What's it, 30 hours of speed ups. There's not a lot apart from the medals there. So, and there's too many things it can land on apart from what you need.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that buying is the best option here. Maybe just using the free tokens.
It's free token. Yeah, I spent 200 black diamonds, I think, on it. I'm pretty sure I have 14 tokens now. So that's including the 3 spins, and that's... No, I probably spent 300,000. Yes, I did a draw times 10. So I have the 13 rows. Overall, the rewards are not that bad. If you get a free spin, it's all fine. Because you can just hit 8-hour speed up times 5, which is nice. The random books of wisdom, of course, you want those. Because
even though it's an expensive way to get them. The random books of wisdom, you do get an awful lot more from the VIP shop itself, which you can reset every day.
Definitely. I'm waiting to enhance Chris. I have 65 elite general tokens now, which are stupid expensive, by the way, and 46. And also been working on Sag, who's almost done with his assault. And the books of wisdom itself is actually not that expensive. So if I buy 10k, then I can single activate 1, 2, 3. So see, that's going pretty decent so far. Plus, with the chests, I'm collecting tier 3 and 4 all the time already, which I haven't used yet because I have no hero this far in Awakening. How much diamonds do I have? 27k. I kind of don't want to waste them all. Anyway,
just keep them for the next time.
True. I just want to try to enhance him soon because I have already 56 of 80, so I'm first gonna go for Sag, of course.
Yeah, the only advantage with the random books is you will eventually use them in different places. It's just maybe we could have something as an exchange, like we have with the normal materials.
I don't want to talk about that one. That's the most horrible event ever.
No, I was thinking more the blue to grey to normal, like green transfer mechanics.
Ah. Did it? Where was that event? Anyway. Where you can transfer items. Is that in the blacksmith? Was that in there?
I think it could be in the blacksmith for the items.
I lost
It's the inventory, according to Jans.
Dismantle and replace, yes. So I dismantled like 1 billion items. I had so many. And I can't buy anything with it. It's ridiculous. So I'm kind of waiting for the replacement shop to actually start being balanced, to be honest. Because you literally have to spend half a year of gathering and throwing away those materials to get a Spirit of the Weirwood Tree.
Now, while those materials aren't really that useful for some of them, it seems a little bit excessive.
Yeah, definitely. They do have a refresh. But not changing the items. Yeah, it was really weird to me. I don't understand it. This one gives me 1. That means, well, it technically means you literally need 10,000 cobblestones before you can buy 1 Spirit of the Weirwood. Because the conversion rate is just, if it's green, it's going to be 4. If it's blue, it's going to be 16, etc., etc. So it's just ridiculous to me. It makes no sense. Thank you, Jonas, by the way, for showing that. Yeah.
Right, so do we have any more questions, or shall we go back to talking about the current Commander Pass?
Current Commander Pass. Yeah. The thing I like the most is what I just got. Assembly Bugle. Somebody told me that the point gaining was random, but as far as I was checking this, I get 2 experience per. So that's 2 experience. I'm not sure what it was.
I think it's more there's the difference in between the original points you gain, because some of them are only worth 5, some of them are worth 10, some of them are worth 20 when you complete them, and yet it's worth the same on the pass.
Oh, times 2. Okay, that's pretty much everywhere. How much time did I spend? Was it 30 days or was it 28 days or something? So I'm level 11 now. I'm not the best in active rewards. I'm too lazy for that. But I usually get it full at least.
God mode L333 has a good point. Sometimes you get a 2x2 multiplier. So that's probably the discrepancy that people have seen. Sometimes you can get twice as many points. That might be a random bonus. But as far as I can tell, it's going to be fairly easy to get all the levels in it. In fact, it might even be easier than the Alliance, the monthly pass itself, just because of the fact that it's less specialized. Like, it's just to do with the daily quest, and you do most of those without realizing.
Yeah, it's gonna be easy. I do like these, and I think you have the several colored diamonds you can save up to actually wait for a very good spin, and that's going to be one of your most important ways of getting very good items. Let's see, it's Blessing of the Seven. This one I wouldn't use at all because there's so much better spinning wheels for these.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky for those because they don't carry over like most other items in the game. So you have to spend them when you get them. You can't save them up, which is always a shame because there's one event where the wheel is attack badges, and that's, I think, probably everyone's favorite. I think the main problem with this pass is while the individual quests are an awful lot easier to complete, there are an awful lot more of them, and it's based on daily. You can't save up and do a hard quest in one day. You need to do every single quest every single day, so it's more reliant on that, and therefore I think it just take you 10 times longer now for less rewards.
Wait, are you saying the one from the recruitment pass I have to spend directly?
The 7 colored diamonds, the ones you get in the recruitment pass, do not carry over. It's the same as the other 7 colored diamonds. So once you get them, you have to use them in the wheel. Ooh. Or you lose them.
So much people have to gonna waste that, probably.
Yeah, Tony, that's what we say. For the Westeros pass itself was superior in quite a few different ways, or at least in our opinion. The only thing that we found interesting here is the addition of the legendary track. Now, this allowed some paying commanders to get the commanders they're going to get anyway a bit cheaper, but work for them slightly. Maybe a third track could have been added for other people to make it more attractive for people who have already filled in, say, the other commanders and the other troops. But just the abandonment of both means it's now worse for, I'd say, the majority of players.
Yeah. So I fixed my gear like last week. I removed all the cavalry badges, all the archer badges, all the garbage badges, just went pure spear and infantry. My stats are pretty decent for my gear by now.
Hang on, I'm just want to look at your gear there. Is that your combat setup?
This is my combat setup, yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just going to change into my combat setup so we can have a look. And let's have a quick scooch over. Now, you are obviously a much bigger player than I am. You have a, what is that, a spear, an infantry spear formation?
Yeah.
You're running an infantry spear formation?
Infantry spear. Sometimes I switch it, not so often. I've been working on my spearman defense, let's keep it at that.
Yeah. Well, my one is more a spear cav formation, and you can see the difference. My best stat there, I've got 100% spearman attack on my badges, 75% cavalry attack, 60% spearman defense, and 30% spearman health.
Oh my god.
And you are crushing me there with 150.
Tavo is crushing me. I'm such a stupid idiot. The frost spear will be infinitely better than the champion's blade. 15% spearman attack. I have it at purple already. I forgot that I upgraded it to purple recently.
Oh, yet another case of do as we say, not as we do.
No. I just
live streams.
I love that you say that to me. By the way, you can say anything to me like from this day forward. How do I just never paid attention. I was like, once another one gets gold, I'll switch it. So let's get those guys out of here.
Turbo's also saying check out the Sound Spear headband. You may be missing out on some things there.
No, yeah, I didn't check the gear. I just switched every weapon to infantry spear. So we have the golden infantry determination badge. I have so much infantry defense, it's just crazy. Nope. Maybe I have to attach them before I continue. And so this is basically 2 years of playing almost, and then you get medals like that, and the purple attack. So there's pretty decent badges already in there. Oh my god, I just re-equipped him. Never mind. Shall we switch to your screen?
I did. I don't know how we'd even do that one. Switch halfway through dynamic. We'd be able to crash more than once in each stream. Just show a level of dedication and professionalism that you can't find in other streams.
Yeah, we usually do a lot more research. So I will use a cavalry raid badge as soon as I get one to gold. I will not use the purple ones for now because I just simply don't use the cavalry enough for that. So to be honest, I always try to avoid the cavalry like the plague itself.
Why, do you have a certain bias against them? Because they're a fairly decent troop overall. I suppose the main advantage for most people is that cavalry have the highest base speed. So it's something to know that in rallies, when you create a rally, the rally leader himself only sends cavalry troops. It doesn't matter what the other people send. The other people can only send infantry. But if the rally leader only sends cavalry troops, the rally will be twice as quick as normal because the rally speed is only based off the rally leader's troops. So if you need a quick rally for something like the Alliance Conquest matches, make sure the rally leader is set up for only cavalry.
I'm just checking. The Sunspear headband will be already a very good swap as well. Cavalry attack entirely. Oh my god, I suck at this game so badly.
You see, this is why we need to do more streams, so we can figure out how to play the game.
No, wait. Yeah, I have been upgrading my Sunspear as well. I just never checked the gear itself. Wait, let me first remove the badges this time.
Well, I should say, up until 6 months ago, I never really looked at the badges and equipment, and I was still running about with a 40% spearman attack. Quick switch round. It's something you should check maybe every couple of weeks because you'll be surprised at what you manage to get or find. And I'm at 100 plus now.
Yeah. I'm too ashamed to watch the chat now, so you can take over.
Oh, it's mainly just Solanus and Tavo explaining what you should really be doing. Just going in front. Infantry is normally always the best troop to have in the front because it has the highest base health and base defense in the game, making it much more tankier, especially because of the way that combat works in the game. Oh, well, as far as we found out, the way that combat is calculated is the attack against your defense is taken off the health, and then your attack against their defense is taken off their health, and so on. And the higher the ratios and difference, the more effect it has on the damage itself.
Yeah.
So having just the highest base defense and health in the front row means quite often they survive for longer and they take less damage, even against a disadvantageous matchup, like when cavalry attacks, because cavalry have an advantage against infantry. But because most players now, I mean, I have bonuses, if you include the total bonus and the specific bonuses, my spears have probably over 500% attack, for example. Now, 500% attack on my infantry, if I change it over, would be a lot less than 500% of my spears, because the spear base attack is quite stronger than the infantry. So it's just the base stats do actually come into play, not just your overall percentages.
So I'm thinking I might be able to get this one eventually if I put more focus on it, because I'm of course putting all my focus on the Sunspear set. If I would put more focus on the Frost set and not really do the Frost set at all, just get the Frost Spear. The problem is bowman attack cavalry defense is not the best stats. You want the spearman attack, but at one point don't you sacrifice too much for stats you don't really want, because if I would get the Sunspear blade, I wouldn't have the spearman attack, but I would have some spearman defense, I would have infantry attack, which is still good, and marching speed. And the problem is 25% spearman attack worth more than infantry attack 25, spearman defense 12, and marching speed 8, because, you know, that's...
Well, it depends on what you have as the base attacks as well, and the base elements. If you already have 400% spearman attack but only 200% infantry attack, then it's probably best to have the infantry bonus to even it out. because the attack's too low in comparison to the other percentages, you're not getting any bonuses. And we've got quite a few questions coming in now.
Well,
quickly pop over to the chat, shall we?
I'm checking the chat. Somebody has a question, but still waiting for. Can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Jofi Coco. You have 5 minutes.
You don't need 5 minutes, and we'll talk about tea in the meantime. We got Q&A streaming. This is definitely a Q&A stream. Asking when will we see Iru and Fringlish streaming with a cup of tea, coffee, or some wine? I don't think we have any plans to go on camera. We like to show the game in more detail, so you don't have to look at our ugly faces in front of it.
No. Yeah, I've been trying to wrap my brain about around a situation where I want to go stream with camera like your average Twitch streamer, but if there was like something really fun to do for us, like for example, we go to Comic-Con or whatsoever, I don't mind being in the camera, but other than that, we try to show the games we play, not our faces, and
just to allow you to see the game, so we can talk about more of it, and then we just basically less distractions. We're here to entertain you with our voices, ideas, and information. Although I don't know, if you go on camera, will you show a bit of cleavage?
A bit of cleavage, then?
Yep. Just to make it more attractive.
You know the trick of the formation this one has? They have the Sheila and Sabrina bot, and they want you to kill it, because then their area will go off like a cannonball. So they expect you to put all the damage bot, but area will go off so badly. So what I'm going to...
Yeah, the problem is you may do a lot of damage on the bottom, but if you leave the Arya alone to kill your middle tank and then ramps up, because of the way the combat works, you end up smashing against each other. It will be... Arya will destroy whatever damage dealers you have, and then you've got no damage dealers left.
So I'm going to use that against him. I'm going to use Arya, and I'm going to expect you to kill my bottom line.
Jans is asking if my alliance is split up between kingdoms. Right now, the main core of our alliance is on Kingdom 57. We have a couple of stragglers on different kingdoms. Kingdom 14, Kingdom 30, Kingdom 63, and a couple of others, I think. But for now, no, our main alliance is on 57.
I don't think the pass is worth it, but... No, don't kill Arya! Fuck, bitch.
And Frankotosh, Winter is Coming is not really the same as a typical military, having more infantry, cav, and spear. Each troop is perfectly viable on their own. They just have different advantages and disadvantages. Sometimes you can see formations with just one single attack. There's no advantage to having a big mix. Most of the time you only have 3. Or 2 types in a single army because of the formations. And then Salonis asking if the new pass is worth it. I think we've covered a bit of that there already.
Definitely not. I have another problem.
Not so much.
If I don't kill the bottom lane, they will shred my entire party to shreds.
Maybe you need to put a stun in front of the bottom line to try and hold it. If you switch Seg and Marjorie.
Oof. I don't have Seg. Seg was here. Seg, you take
the
you're
using... Seg has a more control. He's a stun, very high defense. Could delay their bottom row enough.
Do I want Simon there? No, I want Simon here.
Yeah, and God Mode is asking as well, are we going to stream the Siege of Winterfell? That's coming up in 6 days, I believe.
I will most definitely stream that.
The next one.
I'm super excited for it.
And I think what I may even do is a bit silly, but I may not attend my own alliance's Siege of Winterfell just to be the devil on Reaper's shoulder. Or, well, no, in his case, I'm an angel by default. But
I don't like this formation. It's too powerful for me. Okay, somebody is just gone from my channel. All right, let's take another one.
That's not working out for you, is it?
Why am I doing the training? Let's forget the training ground. We already did.
I don't know. You should know by now. We've done streams before. The training grounds never work on stream. You can never do the training grounds on stream.
Well, earlier it was perfect. So
God mode for the Siege of Winterfell, not much is known and things can change, especially quickly on Pioneer. So one of the best things you can do is probably just wait a day or two before, and if you go into the cross-server page and go to the Siege of Winterfell itself, you can just double-check everything on the rules, and you can click on the battle experience icon. Could you show that on the screen, Reaper? The battle experience? And that will basically give you tips as much as we can have now.
Yeah.
War Angel had access on the Pioneer server. However, as we've seen with nearly every single event, on the Pioneer server, things can change dramatically. If you look at what we saw 2 days before, we had a look at the Summer Awakening event on the Pioneer server. When it came live, half the things had been changed completely. And that was just in 2 days. So we've got nearly a week to go on the Siege of Winterfell event. I think what we're going to try and do is get you a lot more information on the day itself, so we can be sure about what we're saying.
I think it's bugged right now. I just had to reset it first. The problem is, this one is... You're better off showing the skills of commanders than this specific thing. It's pretty limited. It's actually really... I've seen Big Gus's thing. So the main tip you're going to get... If there's someone who's a big whale, you make sure you're always at the other side of the map. And you'll be fine.
Well, what sounds interesting about the Siege of Winterfell, as long as everything stays together, is that it will depend quite a bit more than some other events on just having more people active. The more active alliance, the more troops and commanders they'll field, the more of the attention won't be split. So, say a 10 million power alliance might be able to beat a 15 million power alliance. If the 10 million power alliance fields 60 players, and the 15 million power fields 40, the 10 million will quite easily probably take it, I think.
Yeah, and I want to show the map later. This is not a map, right? This is the small map. So that you're gonna have to split your team up. Oh wait, just go to the rules. Do we have a map here? No, you're not going to show me any maps. Okay, let's quit this. It's relatively useless, to be honest, because it doesn't say anything about the battle itself. Do we have the map somewhere? The watch. So you have two camps, and they start both sides. And Winterfell will have a flag. Well, it's going to be a chest, but it's just simple, capture the flag. You have to need all the outposts, first of all, and then you have to have a troop not only making sure to capture Winterfell. I think you need one outpost, was it? Before you can... There's two outposts, which can be attacked when the battle begins. Capture this location for the first time or continuous occupying will grant players some battle points. So that's just battle points.
Yeah, something very similar to the AC mechanics, which we're all pretty much used to. So it's just an addition to what we have here, with more elements thrown in.
Oh yeah, you need to pick up something at Winterfell, and then you have to bring it to the outpost. So you're going to have at least, like the Greyjoy or the Stark outpost, I mean with that. So you need to at least make sure you have a good team on one or two outposts and defending it, and then you need a team to take one of the inner outposts, so you know there's a safe route from Winterfell to one of the outer outposts with the resources, and you have to have several flag runners, which need to be really tanky and fast and strong to get to Winterfell, get the chests, and bring them to the outposts.
Yeah, if there's one piece of advice I could give for any alliance coming into this, it's get Discord. Set up a Discord server, because you're going to need to be talking. It won't surprise me if you have some players running about as scouts, keeping an eye on their heaviest hitters. Some people with roots, some people with sort of a reaction force going to defend people who've grabbed. Think of it like a capture the flag element. So we'll see in 5 days.
Yeah, I'm so interested in it. So if they have a whale that's incredibly strong, it's not going to matter that much because it's simple. They will have Jon Snow, but if you look at Chris, for example, I didn't click Chris. You can look to his strategic skills. if I look at Chris in comparison to Jon Snow, Chris is almost as strong as Jon Snow, in a way. First of all, he increases infantry attack and health by 150, so that's almost perfect. Then he deals skill damage, and rendering them, hesitation, unable to use skills, so pretty much your Varys. Inflicts nightmare, increasing enemy skill damage taken by 30%. So you want to pair him with someone who has a very high skill damage. Well, if you look at Jon Snow, which I of course can't from here because I don't have the commander. I feel like I need to buy them grey just to explain everything. You see, he will have a total attack and health and defense by 125. Well, if you run a strong infantry, you know that you pretty much the same stats because you have 150 on health and attack. So that's, of course, the advantage that a Jon Snow will have. And
he's a bit more flexible, but the advantage is as well, if someone's continuously beating you in troops, just be on the other half of the map.
That's true, but I think in comparison, the balance is much smaller. The difference in power of a paid player or a free-to-play player with all the decent commanders, it's a lot smaller. And if you're with two people, you can easily take down a wheel.
Yeah, depending on how the armies work out, like you could see Gordiva, Kynaston, Savo, you could see those players on the map, and you catch them alone. 3 free-to-play players, admittedly with max level 60 heroes and all that, might be in with a shot of taking them down without too much trouble. So it's going to be a big change up in the dynamic of combat. That's why I'm saying the more active the alliance, the more individual accounts, I think they're going to have a much bigger play. So I may even see, or I wouldn't be surprised to see alliances joining together just so they have more active people.
Yeah. And plus you can just go with a good Sunspear set or something. If you're really focused on Spearmen, you have a much more impact because they will pick a formation and they can't change the formation later. So, if you have a good formation and others will run an archer formation or something, probably they'll be a lot weaker than normal. Because there's I saw a lot of archer commanders, by the way, with strategic skills. I assume only the commanders with strategic skills will be able to be used.
It's possible. It depends how many more they're going to bring out as well when the event comes live. Again, they've got 6 more days, so it could be coming. But the idea being that some people might run some infantry commanders that are dealing a lot of damage, but would take too much themselves. But say you notice the enemy tank or the enemy whale, and they're running a cavalry formation. Or you get a couple people with spearmen tanks and a couple person with a bow hero formation that have gone pure damage, and you just gang up and take them out.
Yeah.
You have to plan with your alliance, which is why I say Discord is going to be needed.
Yeah.
Discord or some other communication platform, if you don't have access to Discord, is going to be needed in this event. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Jonas, what I mean by that is the map is massive, and a whale can only be on one place. Well, he can be technically on 3 places, but you can only manage one place very effectively because you can deploy 3 armies. Plus,
yeah. In other words, if you've played StarCraft 2 before, that's a very good training for this event.
That too, and you wanna look for the commanders which have very good base stats. As you can see, Merrill Peak is really good. Because it increased the attack of cavalry by 150%, plus it has cavalry attack increased by 150%, as passive skills and health. Well, if you look at Jeanne, she only has cavalry defense, so you already know that when you put her in your army with cavalry, you're going to have a very reduced troop attack. Even though she probably has also increased cavalry defense and health, so she's going to make them real tanky. Theoretically, if you would go a full cavalry army, you would be able to bring her just to boost the cavalry or cavalry front. But you can just go through each commander you have and you already make a selection for yourself. You're going to need 9 commanders, which is going to be your main troop or which you're going to attack and which is going to be the troops you want to defend, etc.
And you might want to put a very defensive heavy formation that will be used just to capture the enemy in one place long enough for your damage dealers to get across from one location where they've been waiting or patrolling to help you in the fight. Like, you wouldn't be able to take them out, but you would be able to hold them in one place long enough because of you've focused on health and defense heroes and so on. There's a lot we have to learn about this event, and it seems like I don't really want to say this out loud, but I'm going to do it anyway. They finally added some strategy to the game.
Yep. I'm going to be really curious, and I can't make a guide. I simply don't have all the information. I just have what I have. I've been checking the strategic skills. For example, Arsenal just became a massive powerhouse for his spearmen. And other than that, I don't know.
Something we're going to have to look at, go through a couple of streams. I wouldn't be surprised if we come out with an actual guide after the first 2 events or something, just so we know what's going on.
Also reduce the target's rage by 200 and reduce total attack, defense, and health by 100%.
The question is, what's rage right now?
That's easy. The rage is the bar. So you have 3 commanders, and depending on who's the leader, he will cast his skill first. Then the rage bar will regain. Then the rage bar will slowly fill up. Then the second in command will use his skill, and then the third one. So that's already a tactic on its own. If someone can reduce that rage, the command whose turn it is to cast a skill will not be able to cast that fast. So I think, for example, Russell is very good skill set already, especially against healer formations or whatsoever. Soren only has 1 active skill, has no passive skills.
And while it could be tricky for some sort of newer players who have come in, the fact is you need to make 9 commanders in your formation. I presume by now most players from Kingdom, say 80 or up, have at least 9 gold level 60 commanders.
Yeah, look at Gorel being a total monster right now. Reduce the defense of the target's infantry and cover by 200%, the attack of the spearmen and bowmen by 200%, and all troops held by 250% for 4 seconds. You pretty much murder a troop right away after that.
And an extra 150 spearman attack and a bit of extra spearman defense. This is, if someone's running a cavalry tank or a cavalry heavy formation and they get found out, you want to chase them down with a Gorel formation. And it could even be Gorel and 2 bow heroes, for example. Now, increasing the bowman attack for more.
The problem is, I think your normal stats also apply, so that's going to be the older edge Whale has on you. So you want to make sure that if you go bowman, I don't think many people really boosted their bowman at all, so they have really low basic skills.
Well, it depends on what you have. And now you probably still won't be able to take out a whale 1-on-1, but it makes it so that you can easily do it by numbers, like 3-1.
Yeah.
I'm guessing a whale would nearly always lose. And that just doesn't happen in the actual game. There's no way that 200 million players can take out a 1 billion.
2 players.
Not in the actual base game, but in this event, I think there's a very high chance of it being possible.
So Sayak has pretty low stats here. Reduce target's defense held by 150. Weaken the fearful, increasing the target's attack damage taken, and counter attack damage taken by 50%. Okay.
Again, he's focused more towards a tank. He's hold someone in place, and each commander will have a different specialization to work with.
Yeah, and there's also a very different between real skill damage and flat damage, which is not really obvious in the game. Increasing the target's attack damage, so you really have attack damage, you have counter attack damage, and counter attack is, I think, well, there's also something with flanking, but I can't be sure of that yet. But you also have pure skill damage, and there's also like different commanders that really focus the attack damage or really focus the skill damage reduction.
And this is all to be focused. Well, we'll know a lot more after the first event. We'll probably, in any sort of Q&A, we can answer questions after we've done the first event. Try and figure out a bit more. And by the second event, we can probably know what works, and we should have a good guide for you with information that, well, we don't want to just put out things that change too often.
Too bad I can't. They pretty much showed, but there's a lot of effects. Enfeebled, grudge, weakened, fearful. There's many, many effects. So we kind of want to make a list of that as well.
Sounds like a lot of work so far. Oh, by the way, while we've got quite a few of you here, I just want to ask for some feedback. How are you enjoying the new Commander series that we've been putting out with the chapters? And also, do we have any more questions for the Q&A?
The next one is already done. I'm looking for a good time to put it online. In the weekend, there will be an extra day in between because I need to play games as well in the week. It's just a lot of work to edit. It cost me almost a full day to edit an episode, so I usually split that over a few days.
And that's not counting the fact that I wasn't exaggerating the trailer. We did have, over 100 hours of recording and planning, even before the editing got involved.
Definitely. I finally had enough honor banners to start working on my glory level 8. Upgrading now.
James, the series is going over all the 47 commanders currently out in the game. So I think we're looking at 8 episodes total?
No, 6.
Only 6?
8.
Are we doing like 8 episodes? Oh yeah, we're doing like 8 heroes an episode.
8 commanders, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, 6 episodes coming up.
But this format will be much easier for us because if there's like a few more commanders, because the rate of commanders has been increasing a little bit of new commanders. So if there's like 6 or 8 more commanders in 4 months or 8 months or 6 months, then we can just add a new volume and we don't have to make an entire new guide, of course.
Yeah, the directors. The less said about the director's cut, the better. Because I opened the second one, started watching. It's just me yelling for the first 5 minutes.
Okay, Jeha, can you tell me what formation you're running? So there's a little bit different in the ancient skills. You have the spearman attack, etc. They come from an event, and that's going to be relatively hard to get. Not really super hard. You'll probably be able to get one within a year at least. It's just going to be 100 fragments. And of course, the health and defense skills are actually from the skill raffle. Thing to remember and really important is save the advanced skill raffle tokens. Save them as long as you save. Don't spend them at all until you see a featured skill you really want, because then you can just.
Yeah, and it should be based off, I suppose, what your formation is. If you're going for infantry, then infantry health, like right now, is a perfect thing to pick up. If you're going spearman front, then you probably want to get spearman defense, or you could go for, say, cavalry attack during an event, but it depends on your formation.
Yeah, the director's cuts are it's like technically garbage material, but we put so much information in that, which actually just enhances the entire series so much more. So Blood Ravenclaw, we actually like that we can put them online as well, so you actually know whenever you see the series, the real series, the clean cuts, and you have more questions, you're like, maybe they say something else, why they gave this commander 3 points in the Weirwood instead of 2, or instead of none. And often the director's cut is just this little bit of extra information that you need. So
yeah, because when we go over all the talking, I mean, you still put a lot of editing into it just to make it a lot cleaner, because the raw footage is at least twice as long. But it helps explain an awful lot about what goes on behind, and we don't talk about what good commander pairings happen in the series because there's just too much to talk about. But in the director's cut, we do often talk about, well, if you put it with this commander, then this can proc, and you can use this way, but because they're on their own, we can only give them 1 point, where you might think they might be worth 3 or 4 because of how much you use them.
Definitely. Jeha, I think, as you can see, I was lucky with the infantry defense. I have 2 of them. I was almost done, and then I just got one directly. So you can also get one directly if you just do a draw. This could just be an ancient full skill. And I had that earlier as well. Now, what Tavo says is a bit exaggerated. I think you need at least 1200 for a good shot if you're lucky. Not 2000. That's a really high amount.
Yeah, 2000 is a bit high. I've often found that if you do 10, you can get in between 3 and 4 fragments quite reliably. So just on that average alone, you'll need just over 1000. But quite often, if you're doing 1000, odds are you're going to pick it up randomly as well.
Yeah, I will do 10 for you because I'm always lucky. Okay, so I get 3 fragments out of 10, which is this is a decent average. And then you
think about it like commander medals as well. It's got the same ratio. So if you do 10 blitzes in the Weirwood, you're getting in between 3 and 4 medals each time.
And based on that,
it's show.
Yeah, based on this, it would be exactly 1,000 I need to get one full. And another reason you want to save them up is, of course, the featured skill. You get a lot of extra stuff. Well, a lot of extra. You get some extra stuff as well if you just run them all. And it actually goes to 1,200, which is probably the real average to get one. If you split them up...
It's not really worth going all that way.
No, but of course it's not really worth... my cat is scrolling again.
It's not really worth it. To be honest, the most efficient is to go to 50 each time.
That's 8.
The most efficient is to go... Yeah, you get 8 free ones for 50. Whereas if you go all the way to 500, like you get 30 free ones. So you're getting less each time. Now, the most efficient, of course, is to go to 50, stop, next week go 50 again. But if you have a token you like, I think it's worth going to 500 and then stopping.
True, but 50 has a massive risk right now. If you would go every week to 50, you would just start getting each individual badge very slowly. You want to save up for one, because you don't want... It will take you 2 years to get them all at once.
No, that's what I was saying. The most efficient, if you want overall numbers, is 50. But I would recommend saving up 500 and then going for the badge you want. No need to wait for the whole 1,200, because chances are you could get it at 500.
Yeah.
But it can come round again in a couple of weeks. So you do 500, then you can finish it off some other time. You don't get it then.
And I'm waiting now for infantry health, which I will try to get, or spim and defense, either one, whoever shows up first. So just go for the health of your front line, which is the best, or the health of your second line. And if you got those, I would go for the defense. And health the second line, defense first line is a bit equal. Maybe defense first line is better.
Yeah, it should be pointed out the only skills that are useful in rallies that you should look for are purple, gold, and red. Those are the skills that are useful in rallies once you get them past level 5. However, you can have 1 purple, 1 red, and 1 gold of each type. So you can have Spearman attack once, but you can have 1 Spearman attack red, 1 Spearman attack gold, 1 Spearman attack purple, and it all adds up together. And there is no wastage when it comes to buffing things. So first of all, you can get all purples. And then when you get the purple, you put the purple into a gold. And then when you get all gold, you can start turning a gold into an ancient, if you want.
Just look at the example right now. I have purple Spearman attack, gold, and ancient. It gives allied Spearman attack 32%. It gives Spearman attack flat 32%. So you can see they stack up nicely. So I boost my Spearman attack incredibly with just my dragon alone.
Yeah. For massive rallies, this is especially important because while it might be a 60% cap, if you have 2 people with, say, Reaper's Dragon, 2 people with a dragon specialized on cavalry, and 2 people specialized with a cavalry on a dragon on infantry, you're looking at a 60% buff in every single troop type from just 6 dragons.
Angelic, while you have a point, you also have a chance to get the skill drop directly. And
it's also, there's no reason to save up to 1,200 because then you're wasting. You might as well go 500, then save up for the next time that same badge is in, if you don't get it the first time.
Yes, because you will not be able to get 500 by the time that badge comes around again, probably.
And hello, White Soul. Welcome.
And I will always... I've had it permanently in my cart as well. The honor banners, they're really cheap. You kind of want to do the 5 per day. They will give you a lot for only 12.50. I think that's absolutely worth it, because if you pull a legendary skill, it will boost your stats a lot. And I also added the Book of Wisdom. It's really cheap. It will help you with your awakening. So you might as well add these as well, because it's going to be...
Look, yeah, those are things I think are an important purchase. The Book of Wisdoms, you'll need an awful lot, so it's good to start gathering. The honor banners, you need an awful lot of them again, so you want to gather them as much as you can when you can afford. And the dragon skill tokens, it depends if you're focusing more on your dragon. I don't do that purely to save diamonds, but well, Reaper is richer than I am, so he can afford it, he can go for it. The VIP shop is a very good place to get items because it saves you overall.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad because my card is pretty expensive, almost too expensive. I sometimes, when I don't do well on Black Diamonds or need them for something else, I'm just removing all the weirwood stuff, the motivation stuff, most of the speed ups. Precise transfers I usually keep because as soon as KVK hits, I burn through those like mad. But if you remove all the things, you'll be looking at 5k per day. I would love to you put this charm in there, but that's just much too expensive for me. I kind of want to show you something about the charm, by the way. I have 2 rings. First of all, they level at the same rate. What happened, I was married to my wife. And then we kind of split up, and then we regretted that, so we married again. So the first time I remarried for 500 black diamonds, and the second time we actually married for the 80,000. And you see a beautiful difference. The same level, you'll see the golden ring, the ring of luxury, is a little bit better. It's on level 24, it adds 77.5 defense. But overall, the difference is pretty small, so if you... It's pretty much worth to go for the 80k as well. It's a small difference, but it's definitely... if I look at the price, I pay €50 for this ring, which is a lot. And the difference between the free, well, I say free, 80k blue diamonds is a lot, is really high. And I'm kind of been leveling them up all the time.
Yeah, I think that probably the free ones are the best thing to go for right now, at least the blue diamond ones. Although I did attend this wedding. I didn't attend the first one, but I attended this one. I travelled all the way to your kingdom for it.
Level 25 now. I'm probably never going to use the other one. But I was thinking... No.
Yeah, the chat's asking for your cats. Where is Remy, by the way?
They've been sleeping most of the time. They've been growling at each other for a while now, but probably want to... What is Puppy?
Oh well, I'm terribly sorry. We would love to get the cats on. However, they are currently sleeping, and we can't disturb them. It's the law. Black Ninja, welcome to the channel. Reaper has some cats that keep on popping into stream occasionally. You can sometimes hear them, or Reaper wondering what the hell's happening as they chase cables around his floor.
Or run over my keyboard while I'm editing and stuff like that. Chaos emerges. They can create so much chaos. Oh my god.
Well, maybe at 4K subscribers, you just record them for a little bit and put them on the channel.
Yeah, but I'm at 4K in no time with that. Did you guys see my video explode? Oh my god. I'm both really ashamed. I'm both really ashamed because I feel like this is not my content. I literally just posted it because it was so funny to watch, and it just hits like 250k already.
It does sort of make you either have to laugh or you have to cry when you make content like that. It's responsible for a third of our total channel views.
It's unfair.
Since we started.
We've been bleeding. We've been editing so meticulous and so much quality we want to add. And I add one simple VOD, and it just explodes everything. It's really strange. And Mr. Beast even commented, and I actually feel like I want to apologize to him because it's like his content, and I just posted it because it was so beautiful to watch because I'm a big Mr. Beast fan and a big PewDiePie fan as well. Whenever I want to relax, I watch either one of their new videos or his current stream at the moment. And I was like, oh my god. He's like, hello, this is my content. And I was probably like, okay, he's going to probably claim that one or something. But they haven't, so really grateful for that. And I kind of want to do something with the money I'm going to make of these videos because I think the money is already over €300 or something. Kind of want to do something in a trend like Mr. Beast does, like give it away or something. So I have that planned, and since I'm hitting the 4K, I grab a massive chunk of revenue and reach a milestone, so I have to balance that in something which will not, unfortunately, include cats.
Oh, it could do. Like, you could take a couple of photos of your cats, just put them in there, at least.
Poppy, will you give consent? She just, blinks at me.
I think that's agreement. I think we're good there.
Yeah, her look in her eye was, show me on camera and I'll claw your eyes out. That kind of blink it was. So yeah, kind of gonna do either one of that. But I definitely feel like the revenue I earn from that is, for me, personally feels like I never earned that. You know, the revenue I make on my guides, I'm like, okay, I put like 20 hours or 40 hours in this guide, I like the payment I get for that because that's reasonable. But the money I make from the Mr. Beast video, I'm like, oh my god, this is not my money.
What we should probably do is just honor the spirit of Mr. Beast by having a competition for everybody who's subscribed and the YouTube members who are there, just always there for us and help us make all the content we try and get out for you guys.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to keep them. Oh shit, almost filled the rally. I'm sorry, I'll send one. You probably have more use for my dragon anyway. Bye, Royal Cavalry, I loved you.
But we'll have to work that out when we hit the 4K subscriber limit, which should be, 4K subscriber mark, which should be fairly soon. We should also say that if you missed the start of the stream, we are now no longer going to monetize anything to do with the live streams. These live streams, we want you guys to come in, not have any problems viewing, not have any breakups in sort of watching, not being able to be delayed. So everything is going to be not unmonetized. There should be no adverts at all on our live streams from now on.
Yep. And if you see one, let me know. I'll change this. Look at this, 364 comments. There's going to be 100 people who will get this reward when commenting on the trick and treat videos, don't forget. And I want to see more likes. I know it doesn't update. Oh, that's better. It only updates when I click on it or when I relog in. But I need to get this to 200 likes. Thank you very much. So please drop a like because that will help me not only get a massive reward, but also have much more chance that the people in my comment section will get the rewards, of course. Because these guys need the reward. So it's going to be at least 100 of these. I'll see Fringlish already in there. And
oh yeah, of course I'm joining. It's free stuff. Like, definitely.
And you don't have to comment on this one because it doesn't have the trick or treat tag. You really need to go to the second one and spam comments and tags on that. On all your everything. Well, I wouldn't do it on all your farm accounts because then the chance that your farm accounts gets the reward is kind of painful, I think.
No, yeah, as a free-to-play player, anytime something comes up where you can get stuff for free that anybody can technically have access to, it's gimme.
Tafo wrote
Give me now.
Tafo wrote a Tafo wrote a nice message, so I got to find it now.
You got to find it now in the 300+ comments.
Drama.
You could read out a comment a day and just finish an entire year. Well, let's try and find it.
Well, thank you everyone, by the way. Trick or treat and happy Halloween wishes. I don't think you have to use the tag. You can just make any comment, so you might as well be nice to me.
Oh, I think you do need to do hashtag trick or treat.
Oh yeah, whoever is not
Pretty
nice.
sure, yeah.
Nah, I don't know. Yeah, whoever is not nice to me, I will delete that comment so you can't win.
Well, I haven't seen anybody being nice. I haven't seen anybody not being nice.
Oh, thank you, Cox. That's really nice. Trick or treat. Treat, of course. Oh, somebody wants a treat. Here's a treat.
SonarX is from Germany. A bonito dia para good day for everyone from Gax31. Oh, come on, don't you speak Portuguese, Reaper?
No.
You had to translate it?
Me pasa. Oh, nice, Urveda. Thanks for making this fit. Great tutorials, masterclass and information. Happy Halloween. Stay safe and well. What are your plans for Halloween? Just editing. And a little bit of gaming. My plan is a humble, simple one with the family over a sumptuous dinner to celebrate a change in season.
Oh, a liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Thoughts for our past relatives. Oh, that's actually really nice of you said it, because in the past year, or actually the end of 2019, I lost one of my best friends who was only 38. So this Halloween was in a way the first Halloween where I really had a spirit, probably somewhere around me. And ghost stories under the stars. LOL. Why did you add the LOL? So yes, maybe I should...
Maybe funny ghost stories only?
Oh, I don't want to see LC's comment. Tion, one of our biggest fans. I don't know if it works, but maybe a second comment might up your chances.
I have no idea, to be honest.
It will make it much harder for me to actually find your comment. What does this mean? This is a muddy. I cannot.
A muddy? What's a muddy?
I cannot determine if that's bad. First challenge. Hello, Reaper. Who have you come for this All Hallows Eve? who? Who? How? I can't determine the state of that message.
Hello, Reaper. Who have you come for this All Hallows Eve?
Oh, I'm the Reaper! No!
Yeah, the Reaper. Who are you going... Well, you went for Sean Connery. But...
Oh, sorry. Sean is that poor guy. I missed him already.
Okay, you say poor guy, but okay, he died at the age of 90 on his private estate in the Bahamas.
Yeah, he was fine.
It's not a bad way to go, is it?
No, he was old enough.
Well, also his private estate in the Bahamas, after defining James Bond.
Oh, look at Demon Rain. Totally nailing it. I wish you a happy Halloween, folks. Sorry.
Oh, that's terrible word pun.
No,
give him 10 points. Give him 10 points.
I did and it dropped it again.
Yeah. No, it's awful, but that's the point of puns. Give him 10 points for it. It's brilliant. Lady Mauve, no kids show up, so I guess the treats are all for me. Oh, that's one thing I like about All Saints Day, November the 1st. Half-price chocolate.
I hate candy normally, and I bought a whole bag of candies, and I don't know why. And then I ate it, and then I got nauseous, and I was like, why? Why?
Oh, 'tis the season and all that.
Yeah, 'tis the season of dentists.
It was 9 out of 10 dentists recommend Halloween.
Yeah.
Why is it always 9 out of 10 dentists? Whatever happens to the 10th one? The 10th one just say no to everything. Like, every single toothpaste is recommended by 9 out of 10 dentists.
Stay home and stop the spread of... I think I can't say it, because if they can find Demon's little fragment of a song to demonetize my video, they probably track down all C words and put a mark on your video. Somebody said you can't say the words on your videos. So I'm not going to say it. They did the very bad pandemic, yes. Poppy, stop growling at her.
I think instead of calling it, like, most of Europe now is going into a second isolation, instead of calling it that, can't we say that whole of Europe is taking an oath of solitude until the plague is driven from the lands?
Yeah, we should.
That sounds a lot more epic.
Probably should. Trick or treat, Philippine style. It's a good time to be had, especially for those who know a lot of scary stories. Most of the teams today dress up and be like the characters in our stories of the past. But during our time, stories, scary ones, are a way of securing a date for the time, because we could tell our stories with all the girls around and hex scare with the wits out of them. So the end result, when it's time to go home, girls would ask the boys to escort them back to their homes. Heh 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 heh. What a neat way to get the date. Happy Halloween, folks. Happy not using any form of exclamation marks or punctuations. But yes.
I understood everything there, but boy, was it hard work.
Give me 1 second. My cat is clawing at the door to get out while the other one is murdering her.
Hey, there are the cats.
Poppy?
We only had to wait a little while. We knew they were coming. Yeah, Theon, I did watch Boris's announcement when it came out. Going into a complete lockdown as long as it passes next Thursday in the UK. Second one should be for about a month. I mean, the lockdown's terrible. I don't talk to people. I can't keep a straight face. Lockdown's pretty good for me. It's a bit annoying for work, but I don't have to see people. Like, if anybody invites me out and I don't want to go, I can just say, oh, I would love to, but pandemic. And I'm fine.
I don't make much for moments, Angelic. When I make a moment, then it's the video I post, so it doesn't really matter if you see it or not. If you see the video anyway.
Well, Theon, the announcement from Boris, I'm not going to go all into the politics situation, but the journalist said it would be at 5. Downing Street never said that. So it's just the journalists reporting things as facts when it wasn't facts, which is just a shame. It's not a good journalism.
Fringlish question.
Oh, go ahead.
Sweet, hot, sour?
Sweet or sour what?
I don't know. That's the question I see for me.
If you're talking about sweet or sour sweets, well, the clue's in the name. Sweets should normally be sweet. I do like some tangy ones, but I prefer sweet and sour, like sweet and sour pork.
Okay, I commented sweet. Fringlish said sweet.
Oh, fair enough.
I've been sweet. Thank you, Drums. I like because of the good well wishes. Trick or treat, wear a mask, be safe. Ooh, 4 likes already. Nice, Connor Razzle. Happy Halloween, happy Halloween. Let's just thumbs up all the happy wishes. Oh, that's good for my own fire. Everybody thumbs up all my comments. And then you can... Oh, please do. Demonized, happy Halloween. I've seen demonized a lot, which is... Looks like Lord Command's picture right now.
You know, trick-or-treating is actually older than most buildings in America, because it really started in the late 1800s. It was a move
Hello?
in America to mold Halloween into to go together in there.
Oh, no, it's different. Sorry, your voice was suddenly interrupted shortly when I alt-tapped.
Oh, I was saying that trick-or-treating started really in the late 1800s in America, where they moved the Halloween holiday into something more about community and neighborly get-togethers. So that's when parties started, and basically in order to I think it was basically in order to tire out the kids. What they did is they took the kids out at the start, got them to walk around a lot from neighbors to neighbors. Then when they fell asleep, all the adults had a party.
Nice. I found Blood Raven's farm, by the way. Trick or treat. Farm accounts for the win with double K rather than C. And have a nice day. So Blood Raven's always in our chat, pretty much.
Oh, have a nice day as well.
And somebody's in full exclamation mark. Hashtag let me be the chosen one. No tricks, only treats.
Well, what if you like tricks? If having a trick is a treat for you, then how does that work? Do you have trick and treat?
Probably.
Yeah, I suppose that works. Also, I am wondering about how you pronounce that farm accounts. Do you go for farm accounts or
Well,
with the 2 Ks?
German and Dutch, well, we probably mainly use the K rather than the C. So, which will be pretty much the same pronunciation, like accounts.
Have we found the comment we're looking for yet?
No. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. Lol, have fun, be safe. Love it.
God mode, you're currently playing a Zero Castle, but considering the Bannerman style, but not a well. Do I have a chance? Well, Bannerman is just someone who's always bubbled and refills rallies. You could technically be a Zero Castle Bannerman. You've got to make sure you're always bubbled if you go for that, and you're less active. You can't really fight as much.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Not one knock on the door last. The virus has even hit trick or treat. Yeah, that's probably true.
Well, I was thinking, didn't you? Oh, Samhain. There we go. Grey eyes. I just picked that one out. Oof.
In this year, kids should knock on houses and say trick or virus, candy or virus. Greetings from Germany. And a healthy Halloween. Happy Halloween. So I'm just liking everyone. Oh, I'm getting so much fire for that. Who says happy Halloween, actually? Oh, I don't get fire for that. I'm just randomly getting fire for something. Trick or treat from Australia.
Well, I suppose trick-or-treating is quite nice in Australia, because when it's midnight in Europe, where sort of Halloween all originated from, it's sunny and warm in Australia. So do they do trick-or-treating on the beach? Like, do they go from barbecue to barbecue, picking up things?
Sorry, I missed that.
Sounds like a nice way to do trick-or-treating.
Yeah. I smell barbecues a lot lately. Think big, but rely on small pleasures. H. Jackson Brown Jr. Trick or treat? Happy Halloween.
Interesting. So is he talking... Do you think Jackson Brown Jr. was talking about the small candy bars, like the fun-size ones? Because whenever you get one, you think about having a bigger one. But because it's a small one, like, you can have more than one, so it feels nicer.
That's true. Kind of depends what you consider big as well. I kind of like the big pleasures. Well, but small ones can be. Yeah.
Right, so we're approaching nearly an hour and a half into this stream. So, do we have any more questions from the chat before we look to wrap it up?
We can wrap it up because I finally found Tavo's message.
There we go. Trick or treat. Iru always sus, always kick Elsie first. There it is. This is reference to, if you don't already know, in the Discord we do have an Among Us channel, which we often try and get games running with you guys. As long as you've got Discord and a mic, everybody is free to join as long as there's space.
That's true. Yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap this up because we had 1.5 hour planned for this, and I still need to push on the Commander video tonight online, so you get that one too. The full volume 3 will come out tonight. Don't forget, comment on this stuff, and we'll see you later. And happy All Saints Eve, actually, because it's the day after.
All Hallows. No, All Hallows Eve. Eve means the day before. So All Hallows Eve. So Hallows Eve, Halloween. That became Halloween. This is All Saints Day, or Hallow Day.
Well, for me, it's All Saints.
Well, technically, on All Saints Day, you're supposed to eat cake instead of sweets. So make sure everybody eats cake and enjoy the rest of your day.
Cake, I will. I have cinnamon cake. Okay, so I'm gonna eat that. Yes. So don't forget, check out Volume 3. It's pretty good, actually. Pretty interesting commanders. I've saved. Oh, get off my laptop or I'll kill you. That was rendering. I saved the best commanders for the later volumes, though. But it will be good. Okay. So bye.
So take care, everyone. Big thanks to those who have subscribed and liked, and extra big thanks to the YouTube members who help us continue to make the videos you all enjoy.
Yes.
Until the next time.